Hi, I'm Dana and we're doing another Burnout Diaries video. So I'm back in my little cosy corner of the couch. And we've sort of progressed to a bit of a different part of this series now, haven't we? Because it was originally to document my experience of autistic burnout, so I remember how it feels and what I go through and what I use to cope, and just actually feel like I have a concept of what's happened over the last several years of my life, essentially. Because once I'm out of burnout, I just forget the lot. And that has been happening because I do feel like I am massively starting to recover from burnout now and feel a lot better and have a lot more energy and just have a lot more capability to do a lot more things. And in the vast majority of ways, that's brilliant. It means that I'm able to step out of my comfort zone a little bit more. It means that I'm able to socialise a little bit more. I'm able to talk to people a bit easier. That I'm able to look after myself a bit better is the really big one. There's a variety of ways in which it's obviously a really, really positive thing. But there's also the whole thing of recovery is never linear, and healing and getting yourself into a better space and doing better is never a linear thing. So this video that we're talking about here is the fact that I've started masking again, really the type of autistic masking where I feel like I'm doing it, I'm being a person, it's happening, I'm speaking, I'm replying, I'm being a person, I'm doing facial expressions, I'm being a person, and I'm sat back here in the back of my head. I'm not the person in control of it. I'm not the person making the decisions and choosing what to say and choosing what facial expressions to do and all of that. It's just happening and I'm not in control of it. And it's the type of autistic masking that I've always hated, and that I've always, it's the thing that made me really question, who am I as a person? Do I actually have any of my own opinions or morals or thoughts? Because once I'm in that sort of headspace, once I'm in the position of I'm autistic masking now, I'm just doing whatever the front bit of my brain that's in control feels like is the right thing to do in that moment. It's not the thing that I want to do or that I think of or whatever else. And don't get me wrong, I don't think I'm being a horrible person, I'm not betraying my morals. It's not like that. It's not like I'm being possessed in some way and I'm behaving in ways that I never ever would, But I'm behaving in ways that don't have the thought behind them that I'm used to them having. And there's a level to which I feel like it should be positive, because I think a lot of my difficulty within socialising and within being a person a lot of the time is that I feel like I need more reaction time than the world provides. I need to process and figure out what's going on so that I can do the reaction, do my facial expression, figure out what to say. And that time doesn't happen. So there is a level to which it's a positive where I am just reacting, I'm talking to people, I'm answering the question, I'm replying, I'm doing the correct facial expression for the question that's being asked, for the thing that I'm being told, for whatever else. And I'm not having to do a whole deep dive thought tank, figure out what I'm doing here. But it also means that I'm responding with things in ways where I'm just a bit afterwards, And I don't think it's stuff that anyone else is going to pick up on or cringe at or think anything of in the slightest. It's just that if I had 3 seconds where I felt able to think and do my own reaction, I wouldn't have reacted in that way or said that thing or done that whatever, And there's still normal ways to behave and still pleasant ways to be as a person. Like I say, I don't think it's I'm being possessed and becoming a bitch, but it's just not quite me. It's not quite my reaction. It's not quite what I would say or quite what I would do. And I will also give that I'm not having that in the vast majority of the interactions that I'm putting myself into. We've talked a bunch here. I'm doing my little singing group and my little book club and the little queer stitched textiles craft group, and I haven't been experiencing it in those settings because I think I've been preparing quite well for them, as well as often being quite tired when I go to them, because a lot of them are happening fairly early in the morning for me or fairly late in the evening compared to when I would usually want to go out and socialise. So I feel like I've just not had the energy to mask intentionally or otherwise during those situations. And like I say, I've also done, I don't know if I want to say I've done preparation, man, but I've very much gone into the spaces being these are spaces where I'm going to meet people that have similar interests to me, people who are just going to be similar to me in one way or another. And that's the most likely place that I'm going to find people that I want to be friends with. And I know from a variety of past experiences that if I make friends while I'm masking, I'm going to have to continue keeping that mask up to be friends with them. I feel like a hell of a lot of my relationships and friendships have especially the ones where we've just like grown apart, where like we hung out for a while and then stopped hanging out, not the ones where like it wasn't like a big falling out, we haven't had an argument or anything, we were friends and now we're sort of not. I do feel like it's largely when I've been masking a lot around that person, and then the times when I'm not masking around them, they can tell something's off, something's not quite right, and it probably feels really fucking weird for them, to be honest with you. And that's where I do think quite a lot of those relationships and friendships have like petered out, because I just can't maintain the mask forever, you know? Like, I just can't do it 24/7. I've never been able to, even before I knew what it was. It just was never a plausible possibility for me. So when approaching those situations now with like those experiences and with like that knowledge of myself, I have been trying really hard to be myself. And if that means that I'm not talking very much, if that means that I'm not saying very much to people, if it means I'm a bit awkward and a bit shy and a bit quiet, then I'm fine with that, you know? Like, I'm absolutely 100,000% fine with people seeing me the way that I fucking am and seeing me as like my unmasked self. And if they don't want to be friends, that's fine, you know? But if they do, then they're seeing who I actually am, and there's not going to be an awkward point where they realise I'm actually quite different to the original version of me that they met, and nothing like feels off or whatever else, because it's just me being little old me, take it or leave it, like it or lump it, you know? And to be deeply honest, I am like very, very proud of myself for that. It's the first time I've ever managed to do it. It's the first time that I've been able to like consistently show up to things and be myself and be very like, everyone's gonna be civil, you know? Like, even if they don't like me and they think I'm like the most annoying bitch that they've ever met, they're gonna talk to someone else instead of talking to me. So it feels safe to be myself in those situations. And I feel like I did a lot of mental preparation, to be fair, more so than anything, to be able to go into those situations and just be myself and not be masked and go with the fucking flow a bit. I still don't find it the easiest. It still makes me very anxious, but I do feel like it's massively beneficial to me, and it's what I've been trying to do for a long time. So like, it's not something that's a massive issue, but I also think that thinking about it now and talking about it, like just talking about the way that I feel and doing these types of videos massively helps me in my like day-to-day life and with these types of things. Because this morning I had an interview, and I can't tell you what for, but it'll be like really fucking exciting if I get it, and I think I actually like fucking might. And I felt so weird afterwards. I felt really strange afterwards. I FaceTimed my friend. I didn't even like really, like, I told them it had gone well and I told them like little bits about it, but I didn't really like give a rundown of what it was like, which is what I would normally do, because I felt really cringe. And not in like I said anything that's like particularly like autism cringe thing to say, but just the fact that everything that I said and every facial expression that I did and every way that I moved my body and everything about the way that I was for this fucking interview was a fake me. And like, it wasn't a persona, it wasn't a character, it wasn't like inauthentic per se, but it also wasn't me. I didn't feel there for it. I didn't feel like I was deciding what to say. I didn't feel like I was making the choices of like how to be in that situation. And it's the first time that I've felt like that since 2018. That's what's really thrown me. I have a very specific memory of being with friends and basically taking like a little game that we were playing like a little bit too far, and everyone being like, oh, this is awkward now, because I'd taken it a bit too far. And I'd know when I was doing it, like as it was happening. It's like watching someone do something on telly. I'm watching this character that I know is myself, and she's being fucking stupid and annoying, and I just can't do anything about it. It was before I'd even got my autism diagnosis, and I think, honestly, that experience was probably part of the reason that I did rather isolate myself for quite a while after that. And I just became a lot more reserved. I think that was the last time that I was like even then I was still very anxious and worried, but it was just in a very different way. Like, it felt like I unlocked some level of self-awareness in that experience, you know? So even though I definitely had experiences of masking between like then and now, that's the moment I look back on that, like, that was the moment that sprang to mind for me to look back on, because it was how I felt after that. And like I say, I'm pretty sure this interview went well. I don't think I know that I didn't say anything like overly weird or whatever. Like, the person doing the interview guided the questions really well, and I know that I answered them honestly and truthfully and so on and so forth. But I also, it weren't me. It was not me. And to be fair, I think for what it is, that might be a benefit, because I will have to do more things where I definitely do need to mask a little bit for it, because otherwise I won't be able to get through it. So having introduced this person to like the masked version of me might actually be a massive benefit to that. But I also just didn't like it, and it made me feel really weird. And it's the first time in a really long time that I didn't feel like I was able to control myself. Like, it didn't feel like I was really in control of like what I was saying and what I was doing and so on and so forth. And it's one of those things where like I do feel in control in the way of like I could stop. I don't feel in control in the way of like I can change this, you know, like those are my options. My options are be this masked version of myself where I'm saying things and doing things and being a person and it's all happening, or completely shut down the whole thing and stop doing it and be like, I need to go, I'm sorry, bye. Like, I don't feel like I can take control in the way where like I'll start thinking about the questions and giving myself a little bit of time, and I'll just relax and I'll just take it as it comes. Like, I can't. Like, it is either I am fully turned on, it is the mask and I am doing this, or I'm not fucking doing it. And it's especially, honestly, kind of fucking annoying because I've had an absolute variety of times over the last like 4 or 5 years where I really needed to just fucking get through it. You know, I just needed to pull my shit together, slap a fucking smile on, say what I need to say and just get through this fucking situation. I couldn't bastard do it. Could not fucking do it. I was there crying, I was there like having fucking meltdowns in front of people. Like, it's been a whole fucking time. And then this is quite like a fun little opportunity, and that's the time that I can fucking pull it out. That's the time that I can just mask and be a person and not have to like do it myself. Even, like I am doing it myself, but you know what I mean, like I'm not doing it myself. Like for the silly little fun thing, that's when that'll come out. For the shit where I actually needed to pull my shit together and be an adult and it would have massively benefited me in like actual life ways, couldn't fucking do it then, could you, babes? Not a chance then. But yeah, with all that being said, I think that a major thing that I'll be doing in future for anything similar to this, for anything relating to this, for like these types of situations in future, I think I need to do a similar level of mental preparation that I do for the friendship things that I do. But I'm just not really sure how to do it, because it's easy when it's with friend things, because it's like, well, if they don't like me, they don't have to be my friend, I'll be friends with a different person that does like me, like, duh. When it's for like opportunities, when it's for jobs, when it's for like actual adult life things, it's not about them liking me, it's not about being myself to like shine through and be my true self so they can tell if they want to be my friend or not. It's about, I need to get this thing done, I need to be a certain way, I need to be a professional, I need to be this, I need to be that, and I don't know how to be those things. And I guess that I still need to just take the mentality of like, take me or leave me, I'm doing my best here just like everybody else is. But it just feels very different in those situations. I don't really know what kind of like pep talk I can give myself to hype myself in the same way that I do for like friendship situations. But it's very much one of those things where, as much as I'm saying that like I don't have control of it, I can't do anything about it, and it's true in those moments when it's happening, like currently the ones that have passed, but I do also think that it's something that I can learn to control better. Like, I might not ever like be fully rid of it, but it's definitely something I intend to work on. And like that's the thing, is it's really encouraging because I have been working on it in the friendship situations and it's been working. So I just need to find the slightly different version to do in these situations that'll work for those. Don't know what the fuck they are, but I have confidence I'll find them. See, I felt really shitty about this. I really wasn't feeling very good about it all. I haven't been feeling very good this like whole week, to be fair, because it's my period and we have that whole vibe. But I do feel a bit more normal and hopeful having like done this little video. So thank you for that. Thank you for like lingering and validating me while I do my little rambles and talk about my little life. It's like, it's one of those things where I do find the actual videos very beneficial and nice for like myself. But also, would I bother doing this 3 times a week if people weren't watching them and being nice to me about them? You know? So thank you very much for hanging around. This is the end of the video. As always, I'd love discussion in the comments. I'd love to know if this is something that you've been through. I'd love to know if you feel similarly, if you experience masking differently. 4 police cars have just gone past my house. And it's the kind of thing I'd have found quite concerning in Liverpool, but now that I'm in West Yorkshire, I'm very like, yeah, go get them. I love a little Yorkshire cop, a cab. Okay, let's stop there. Jesus Christ. So yeah, you could like and subscribe for more content like this. I talk about a range of like autism topics. I talk a lot about having a shitty, neglectful, horrible family and ex-relationships and like trauma from all of that. It's a really fun time over on this channel. I mean, it is though. Like, as much as we talk about horrible things here, I do feel like it's like generally quite a nice vibe going on. So like and subscribe if you fancy it. You can also find me over on Instagram or TikTok. I'm actually about to go and post on Instagram with some pictures from when I went to the Yorkshire Sculpture Park. So that's fun. You can also find me over on Patreon or Ko-fi if you should want to, if you should so choose to help me out a little bit financially. You don't have to, there's no pressure. I do want to, I've been saying this for like 4 fucking years, I do want to do more on Patreon. I do really, really massively appreciate the people that support me over there. It's very fucking nice of you and it really helps me out, and I really do intend to show more appreciation in like actual, I don't know what to do for you. Tell me what to do and I'll do it, genuinely. So whoever you are, wherever you are, I hope you have a lovely morning, evening, day, afternoon, week, month, year, and I will see you again in a couple of days.